Adrian was one of the youngest rich men in the city. He had more money than most people could dream of. But sitting in his fancy black car outside his big house, something felt wrong inside him. Everyone saw him as powerful and successful. Yet in his heart he felt empty and sad. He had been dating Cassandra for almost a year. She was beautiful and came from a rich family too. Everyone thought they were the perfect couple. She looked amazing at every party they went to. But Adrian had a terrible feeling. Did Cassandra really love him? Or did she just love his money and fame? This worry ate at him every day. Finally, he came up with a crazy plan. He would pretend to be hurt in a car crash. He would act like he could not walk anymore and needed a wheelchair. Then he would watch what Cassandra did. Would she stay with him when he seemed weak? Or would she leave when the glamour was gone? It was a mean trick, but Adrian felt he had to know the truth. If you like stories about being kind and giving people second chances, please like this video and tell your friends about it. Follow our channel, Kindness Corner. When you support us, we can share more stories that make people feel good. The first days of his fake injury were hard to watch. Adrian wore his best blue suit and rolled around his huge house in the wheelchair. Cassandra was by his side. At first, she seemed to care. She touched his hair softly and told him she still loved him. She even posted sad pictures online to get sympathy from her friends. But when nobody was watching, things changed fast. Her sweet voice became sharp and mean. She got angry easily and started making excuses to avoid him. She said she had parties to go to and important things to do. Adrian could feel her love disappearing. Instead of love, he saw disgust and annoyance in her eyes. During this sad time, Adrian noticed someone else. Her name was Marble. She was a quiet maid who had worked in his house for just a few months. She wore a neat purple uniform and walked with pride. Even though her job was simple, she treated everyone with respect. While Cassandra rolled her eyes when Adrian could not reach his water glass, Marble quietly put it in his hands. When Cassandra refused to push his wheelchair, Marble helped him move around the gardens. Her steps were sure and steady. She never said much, but her silence felt peaceful. Adrian started seeing Marble in a new way. She did not look at him with pity like others did. She also did not stare at him because of his money. She looked at him like he was just a person, hurt and sad, but still worth caring about. These moments made Adrian feel something new inside his heart. He had not felt this way in many years. Days became weeks, and Cassandra stopped pretending to care at all. She made fun of him in front of other people. She told her friends he was not the strong man he used to be. One night, they had a big fancy party on the terrace of his house. Cassandra laughed loudly and pointed at him like he was a joke. Her friends laughed too, but they looked uncomfortable. Adrian sat quietly in his wheelchair. His face burned with shame and his chest felt tight. But Marble stood behind his chair with her hands on the handles. Her face was calm and serious. When everyone laughed at him like poison in his ears, she moved a little closer. Her quiet presence protected him better than any words could. For the first time, Adrian understood who really saw him for who he was. He knew who really cared about him without needing him to prove anything. That night, after the party ended and all the fancy guests went home, Adrian could not sleep. He sat in his room and took off the fake neck brace. He put it on the table next to his bed and looked at himself in the mirror. He had learned the truth about Cassandra. But now he had a bigger question. What would he do about Marble? The next morning, Cassandra came to the house acting superior as always. Her expensive shoes clicked loudly on the marble floor. She barely looked at Adrian before saying she had plans with friends. Adrian felt heavy and sad, but also somehow free. He decided to tell her the truth. He stood up from the wheelchair. His body was strong and steady. He told Cassandra about the cruel trick he had played. Her face changed from shock to anger. Her beautiful mask fell away as she realized the game was over. She stormed out of the house right away, saying mean words under her breath. Her fake love was finally shown for what it really was, nothing at all. But Marble was different. She made a soft sound of surprise when Adrian got up from the chair. She held onto her apron tightly. For a long time, she said nothing. She just stared at the man who had pretended to be broken, but who was actually broken inside in ways she understood very well. Adrian expected her to be angry or feel betrayed. He thought she might even hate him. But when Marble finally spoke, her voice was calm and kind. She told him she had always known something was not right. She had noticed the strength in his arms and legs when he thought nobody was looking. But she did not care about the lie. What mattered to her was the loneliness she saw in his eyes. She saw the pain behind all his money. She saw the real person that wealth could never hide. For the first time in years, Adrian felt tears in his eyes. He told her that his fear of being unloved for who he really was had made him do this desperate thing. Marble, in her quiet way, showed him that love could be simple, unselfish, and real. In the weeks after this, the mansion felt completely different. The parties stopped. The fake laughter went away. Instead, you could hear birds singing in the garden and footsteps that had real purpose instead of just showing off. Adrian found himself spending time not with rich society people, but with gentle Marble. She told him stories about when she was little, about her hard times, and about her dreams. These were dreams she never thought someone like him would care about. But he listened carefully, and more importantly, he really did care. Their connection grew through quiet moments and small actions. The way she made his morning coffee just right. The way he helped her carry heavy trays even though he was rich and did not have to. The way they walked together through the rose gardens when the sun was setting. This was not love that came from money or power or looks. This love grew from kindness, respect, and the quiet miracle of being truly seen and understood. Months later, Adrian stood in front of his mirror again. But this time, the man looking back at him was not empty inside. He was alive and his eyes were full of purpose. When he turned away from the mirror, Mirabelle was there with her soft but bright smile. They did not need big romantic words or dramatic actions. They had something much better. They had trust, honesty, and love that no amount of money could ever buy. If this story made you feel good, please like it, share it, and follow Kindness Corner. Every time you click, it helps us share more stories about hope, kindness, and true love.